Let's have a look at this now. What have we got to talk about here? Bring that up.
So the top 8.
Top 8. So let's start with top 8 now. How do you want to do this, mate? Do you want to just start from number 8, or do you want to start from number 1 and go down? How do you want to do it?
Oh, I must say I didn't order beyond the top 2.
All right, go for it.
So I mean, my top 2, as I've already highlighted, are the Cats and the Ds, and then you could really throw a blanket over the rest, I think, at that point. So I've got Richmond, Carlton, Collingwood, Freo, the Brisbane Lions, and the Sydney Swans.
Okay,
Dogs missing out.
Pretty similar to me. Dogs missing out. Okay. I've got.
Are Essendon still in your list?
Yes, Essendon are still in the list. I have moved them down the order to number 8. I've got them just squeezing in to the top 8. So I've got my top 2 finishing the home and away is Melbourne and Brisbane. I think most people have probably got Melbourne, Brisbane, Geelong in their top 3. Even though I've got Geelong outside of the top 3.
Well, there's one AFL captain that doesn't think Geelong will be playing in the finals at all.
Someone pushed the wrong button.
Did you see Danger's? Did you see Danger's response to that? He just must have been an invalid vote.
Yeah, exactly. That's fair enough too. I've actually got the Doggies. You didn't have them in the 8. I've actually got them finishing 3rd. I reckon they've still got a bit of gas in the tank. So I reckon the Doggies, and I don't think that'll be a surprise if they finished in the finals for most people, but. Don't think they're done with you. I think Bontempelli's got something to prove, and we'll have a.
I just don't believe in their backline at all.
No, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's non-existent, in fact.
I've got Freo finishing, rounding out the top 4, and then I've got Geelong, Carlton, which I think will probably be around that 5 or 6, and then I've got just closing out the top 8. I've got Sydney dropping off a bit, and Essendon sneaking in there somehow, which I know you're not happy about, but. I am going to tell everyone and sundry at the end of the year when they make the top 8 that I was right, and I will never be doubted ever again when that time comes.
I look forward to them making the finals and losing yet again just to keep that streak going, because that streak is already old enough to drink, and we'll just see how far we can push it.
Now, your premier, who'd you have? You had the Cats as premiers.
The Cats.
Yeah, I had Melbourne as premiers. I think we've touched on that. And runner-up for you was, again, remind me.
I didn't mention that before. Okay. So I actually think it'll be the Tigers.
Tigers, okay.
Yeah,
Cats and Tigers, grand final repeat.
Yeah, I'm not all about it. It makes me anxious just the thought of it. But yeah, I think the Tigers might be thereabouts. They've kind of plugged a few little gaps. The only question mark on them is injuries. From the likes of Grimes to the Meatball, Dion Prestia, just. Yes. FYI.
Yes.
And even like the age of someone like a Jack Rewalt and that sort of thing. And he's not a Tom Hawkins in terms of the way he plays his game. So when he starts to slow down, he will come back to the pack far more so than a Tom Hawkins will, which gives Hawks some extra longevity. Yeah. But that's, I guess, the injury list and the wear and tear might be the one question mark over them. But I feel like Dusty's going to be back up and about, which will be dangerous for all and sundry.
Geez, Dusty Martin in another grand final. He's won 3 off his own boot. Goodness me. That would give me a lot of sleepless nights in the lead up to that.
If we end up playing against the Tigers, it'll be a horrific week.
Well, I think I mentioned I had Geelong finishing runner-up, so I won't go over that again now.
Yep.
Your biggest jump. Now, maybe it's someone who's jumped into the top 8, but maybe it's someone who's maybe was a top bottom 4 team last year. Who have you got jumping up the ladder in a big, big way?
Yeah, it's no one jumping into the 8 because my 8's pretty sound in that respect. Unless you count Carlton going from 9th to somewhere in the 8, but
9th to 8th.
No, yeah, exactly. No, I think they'll be like 5th. So I don't know. Okay. Maybe that fits the bill. But the Suns for me, they'll make 9th. They won't make the finals, but they will be pushing that 8th spot all year, I think, right. And we'll just unfortunately miss out. But I think they're the one to watch in terms of starting to kind of show their strengths, utilize those a little bit, and then position themselves for a great 2024.
Okay. Well, as you know, I picked Essendon, so I'll stick with that one, even though I'm getting some ridicule for that one. Who have you got finishing as your wooden spoon?
The Hawks.
Hawks. Well, we've both got the Hawks. I can hear the people watching clapping as they're watching this. They're very, very happy that we've both gone with the Hawks. The scum to finish down the bottom, and
like setting aside the bias, they shifted on a whole bunch of their very best players. I
think,
and didn't bring a hell of a lot in as a result. So, they brought in youthful players that are going to be probably great for them in a few years, but like they are going down the fullest of full rebuilds, and so you've got to go somewhere when that happens.
That's right. Go down, down, down. yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's bad luck. I think everyone else is picking them to be either 17th or 18th on the ladder. So it's not just us, even though it will be celebrating very, very hard. And if they do finish down the bottom. All right, this is the big three: the Brownlow, the Coleman, and the Rising Star. Which one do you want to go with first?
I mean, let's start Coleman. I said Jeremy Cameron before, so
yep.
That's where I'm at the moment. Anyway, and we'll just see how things shape up from there. I think the body will hold up. So
okay, I think Carlton's going to have an improved year, and that's why I think Charlie Curnow will take out a Coleman medal, so his second one. So I don't think it'll be much in it though. I think it'll be pretty
not a crazy
close.
choice. Yeah.
No, I think it'll come down to the last round of the year potentially.
And his body.
Well,
yeah.
So
if last year wasn't a fluke.
No, well, that's the thing. So I think it'll be mostly Jezza kicking all of our goals this year, as I said, but I still think Charlie Curnow is going to do enough with Carlton showing some improvement on the year before. All right, so do you want to go with the Rising Star? We'll save the Brownlow for last.
Yeah, sure.
Who have you got?
Harry
Rising
Sheasel.
Harry
Sheasel from North.
Okay.
He's already lighting it up in the preseason.
He is.
There is obviously a lot to be said for what's his name from Brisbane? Why have I just gone blank? Ashcroft.
Yep.
There's a lot to be said for Ashcroft, future Geelong player.
Future Geelong player. Sports the Cats, in case you didn't know, people. We're getting him in 2 years' time, 2026, something like that, 2025.
As soon as his contract up.
We've got to get to Conning first, and then we'll get...
It may not even be that long. It may just be a North to Port Adelaide style draft again.
Yeah, true.
See what happens there.
True.
But Harry Sheasel for me.
Okay.
He's going to stick out more because he's in a weaker team. Whereas Ashcroft's going to have those ups and downs when Lachie Neale takes over, for example, or McCluggage does the same or whatever, and he's going to shrink into the background just a little bit in some of those cases. So,
well, is Ashcroft guaranteed to play? Is he in their best 23 all year round? I don't know. They've had a pretty good team.
He will be. Yeah.
Anyway, he probably will be, but they had a good team last year. I've gone with I didn't want to do this. I've gone with a Hawk, Cameron McKenzie. I like what I'm seeing from him, so I think
he's a pick 7. That didn't work. Pick 6. That didn't work out for him all well last time.
It did not, did it? The old gel sold at pick 7. Thank you very much. But yes, I think I don't know. I don't like to go the number 1 pick generally. It would have been safe to go on with Ashcroft.
Cadman.
Yeah, but I think McKenzie.
Yeah, Cadman has picked one. He's an interesting one actually.
Yes,
haven't heard too much about how he's going over at GWS, but he is a tall forward, so there's always the star next to him that might take a little bit longer.
Exactly. All right, who have you got the big one, mate? On the Monday, if it still is on the Monday before the grand final, who have you got winning, taking home Charlie? Who's going to win the Brownlow?
Took Miller.
He's looking ripped. He's
absolutely. I think he's obviously been right there and thereabouts anyway, despite the fact that he's had a team that's obviously not been fantastic around him.
Yep.
If I'm right in terms of how I feel like the Suns will fare over the course of the year, then I think he becomes almost a walker.
What if they don't make the finals? What if it goes the other way? Do you think he'll still?
Remember, I
do enough?
I didn't pick him to make the finals, but I think they'll be far more competitive, and so I think they'll be split. There'll be more hairs split. There'll be more tight results or whatever. So some of those games that might have been blowouts against, say, us, for example, maybe it's only a 15, 20-point loss or something like that. Yeah. And so he comes into the picture when it comes to a Brownlow thing. Like those sort of games where you might be clearly the best on ground, but your team gets pumped by 60 points, you usually don't make it. But when that suddenly gets down to a 3-4 goal margin, you start to enter that conversation. So
yeah, that's fair enough. That'll be good.
I think that sort of thing will be what gets him over the line, because I think he's probably deserved it already.
Yeah.
But just not had the team around him, not had the results go his way, and so the Brownlow hasn't gone his way.
Yeah, I think there'd be a lot of people happy for him if he won it. There's a lot of love out there for old
great
Tookie.
bloke from all I see in here. So
yeah, definitely.
Come to the Cats.
Now, this is one that I've ummed about. Is he going to be a top 3 in the Brownlow, or is he going to win the whole thing? And it's my Geelong bias shining very brightly. Max Holmes. Max Holmes is going to win it in his, 3rd or 4th year. He's taking it out. He's going to tear the competition apart this year. Take it to the bank, everyone. It's going to happen. Your next Geelong Brownlow medalist and Carji Greaves medalist is Maxwell Holmes. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. What do you think his chances are?
Donuts.
Donuts.
Absolutely donuts.
Okay. All right.
Unfortunately.